When the nations rebelled at Babel, the Creator issued a formal divorce decree. He disinherited humanity, assigning them to spiritual managers known as the Elohim. These managers broke their code of conduct. Instead of pointing humanity back to their Creator, they demanded total worship and used their authority to build their own households. The biblical writers identified these ancient gods, the ones ruling over Egypt, Babylon, and Greece, as the specific rogue administrators who had stolen the Creator's inheritance. This management shift resulted in a brutalized human population. Every ancient empire was built on a system of perpetual war, of mass slavery, and human sacrifice. The ancient world was a coordinated, hostile occupation of the earth by a network of corrupt spiritual powers. The Creator responded to this occupation by convening a formal legal hearing, documented in the courtroom transcript of Psalm 82. The Father is standing in his own great assembly. He isn't there to judge human politicians. He's rendering a verdict against the Elohim, the rogue members of his own council. This diagram shows the intended top-down flow of justice, but the indictment charges these rulers with ignoring that flow, failing to defend the weak or deliver the needy. Instead, they showed partiality, hoarding power and accepting worship belonging to the Father alone. In the ancient East, the Parsu were the divine decrees that served as the source code of civilization. Because these spiritual managers corrupted that source code to hoard power, the text records that the foundations of the earth are shaken. The chaos of the ancient world had a direct source: corrupt administrators who traded their sacred calling for absolute, abusive power. Standard commentaries often try to sanitize this trial by claiming these are just human judges or Israelite kings taking bribes. But the verdict in the text is much more severe. I said, "You are gods. You are all sons of the Most High, but you will die like mere mortals." Telling a human judge they will die carries no legal weight. It's a biological fact. But for an immortal council member, the sentence is catastrophic. The Creator strips their divine status, forcing a mortal expiration date on beings who do not naturally die. This is an eviction notice. The rogue gods are being fired, stripped of their authority, and sentenced to destruction. The verdict wasn't a metaphor. It was a formal judicial ruling that permanently removed the rogue administrators from their standing in the spiritual realm. A legal sentence is only words on a page until someone enforces it. In the ancient world, a verdict needed an executor. Despite the sentencing, the rogue gods remained on their thrones. The nations were still occupied, and the poor were still being crushed. The entire Old Testament narrative becomes a story of waiting for the executor to arrive and take back the occupied zones. This cosmic trial reveals the unyielding standard by which the Creator evaluates any form of authority. His measure of power is simple. Are the weak and vulnerable safe in your care? If he judged immortal spiritual beings for failing the poor, he holds every human leader, from presidents to parents, to that same standard. Every person given authority will give an account. The question is whether you used that position to protect the weak or to simply take for yourself.